The WWE Universe was left reeling after a brutal and calculated backstage and in-ring assault involving three of the company's most powerful heavyweight stars, Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Jacob Fatu. This was not just another moment of heated rivalry or an impromptu brawl. Insiders confirmed that what unfolded was a meticulously planned, high-stakes power move designed to shake up the hierarchy of WWE's main event scene. Brewing tensions behind the curtain. Weeks before the explosive incident, tensions among the three athletes had been steadily escalating, with whispers and backstage chatter painting a complex picture of rivalry, ambition, and frustration. Bronson Reed, known for his hard-hitting style and technical prowess, had grown increasingly vocal about the roadblocks he faced in climbing WWE's top-tier ladder. He openly expressed his frustration with what he described as an untouchable aura surrounding Jacob Fatu, a superstar who had seemingly carved out an invincible reputation. Reed felt this aura was a barrier preventing him from gaining the singles success he craved, a ceiling that he couldn't break through no matter how hard he fought or how many victories he scored. For Reed, it was about proving that talent and grit could topple legacy and myth. On the other side, Bron Breakker, a powerhouse with a reputation for raw strength and explosive moves, saw this conflict as his moment to stake a claim as WWE's next unstoppable monster. Breakker's frustration came not from one opponent, but from years of being compared to previous giants, legends who had already left their mark. He wanted to be recognized not just as a formidable competitor, but as an undeniable force that the company and fans couldn't ignore. The SmackDown segment, tension that turned to violence. The assault began on live television during a SmackDown segment that started as a high-tension promo. Bronson Reed held a microphone, visibly intense, speaking candidly about his frustrations with Jacob Fatu's untouchable status. Reed questioned why Fatu seemed to glide through matches and storylines without ever being seriously challenged or held accountable for his perceived dominance. His words struck a chord, calling out Fatu's seeming invincibility in a way that instantly grabbed the attention of fans and peers alike. Bron Breakker's entry into the scene was dramatic. His mere presence sent an ominous wave of energy through the arena. Standing beside Reed, Breakker added a sense of physical menace that hinted at impending chaos. The camera work, guided by WWE officials, focused sharply on Fatu's face, capturing his stoic and unreadable expression, heightening the anticipation of something bigger than just words. But the segment quickly veered off script. What was meant to be a heated verbal confrontation exploded into a physical assault. Reed was the first to act, delivering a massive clothesline that sent Fatu staggering. Breakker followed with a thunderous running power slam, shaking the ring and electrifying the crowd. Behind the scenes, controlled chaos and growing concern. Backstage, the mood was tense and charged. The atmosphere was described by one insider as controlled chaos, a scene where the violence was real but held within the boundaries of production. Allies of Jacob Fatu were reportedly shouting for officials to intervene, their concern for their friend's well-being evident. Security personnel were on high alert, but they hesitated to stop the segment mid-broadcast, fearing it would ruin the dramatic impact and disappoint live viewers. Producers debated whether to call off the segment entirely, but the raw energy between Reed and Breakker convinced them to let the assault continue. This decision was risky, but paid off in terms of audience engagement and storyline impact. Post-segment reports confirmed that Fatu left the ring with visible bruises and significant soreness. WWE's medical team quickly evaluated him, with special attention to his shoulder and midsection injuries. While he is expected to recover physically, the incident forced him to take several days off to rest and heal. A statement of power, Reed and Breaker's ruthless ascendance. The implications of this attack go far beyond physical injuries. For the WWE Universe, it sent a stark message. Bronson, Reed and Bron Breaker are not just theatrical characters. They are legitimate forces to be reckoned with. Their willingness to escalate violence, coupled with meticulous planning, signals a shift in WWE's heavyweight division. Creative insiders describe the assault as a power play written in flesh and sweat, noting that the beatdown effectively upended the established pecking order. Reed's approach is defined by technical brutality, a hard-hitting style that combines skill with aggression. Breaker brings an explosive raw force that overwhelms opponents physically. Meanwhile, Fatu's once unassailable image now shows cracks, making him a target not only for physical attacks but psychological warfare. BWE's creative team views this storyline as a test of the athlete's commitment to selling a narrative grounded in physical realism. Audience reactions are crucial. If fans respond positively to the blend of danger and drama, this rivalry could evolve into a long-running feud, potentially culminating in a marquee pay-per-view showdown. Meticulous planning and intense preparation. Behind the scenes, the attack was no accident. Sources confirm Reed and Breaker spent weeks training together, rehearsing timing, strikes and movements to deliver maximum visual impact while minimizing the risk of serious injury. However, even with careful choreography, Fatu sustained significant impact due to the intensity and physicality of the attack. One WWE producer remarked, "It looked dangerous because it was dangerous." You could feel the tension in the locker room as it unfolded live. This realness resonated deeply with performers and fans alike, reminding many of the old-school intensity and unpredictability that once defined wrestling's golden era. Backstage dynamics and faction potential. Beyond the storyline, backstage politics also influenced the segment's booking. Reed and Breaker pushed for a booking that elevated both of their profiles equally, rather than positioning one as the sole dominant figure. Creative debated this initially, worried that a double assault might dilute Reed's impact, but ultimately decided the collaboration emphasized traits WWE wanted to showcase: coordination, ruthlessness, and unpredictability. Interestingly, Jacob Fatu was made aware of the severity ahead of time, but expected a more controlled, theatrical version. His surprised expression during the assault captured a rare moment of vulnerability, one insiders describe as the instant a legend realized he could be toppled. This moment has since been replayed in highlight reels, adding emotional depth to the storyline. Backstage, the attack sparked heated discussions among talent. Some veterans praised the segment's realism, while younger stars expressed concern about the rising physical bar and the risks involved. WWE officials reportedly held closed-door meetings to reaffirm safety protocols, stressing that despite increased physicality, wrestler well-being remains paramount. Fan reaction and social media. Frenzy, the segment ignited an immediate and intense reaction from fans worldwide. Clips of the double F5 moves, staggered reactions, and coordinated power attacks went viral on social media. WWE's analytics teams flagged the segment as one of the night's top trending moments, far exceeding typical hype segments. Fans were divided. Some applauded the raw realism and adrenaline-fueled spectacle, craving more brutal and emotionally charged storytelling. Others expressed concern about Fatu's portrayal, fearing WWE might be diminishing his legacy by having him physically dominated by two rising stars. This division fueled organic debate and engagement, exactly the kind of passionate fan interaction WWE executives aim for. A new era of WWE's heavyweight warfare. This attack was more than a brutal moment. It was a carefully crafted strategy to shake the foundations of WWE's heavyweight division. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker have asserted themselves as forces not to be ignored, while Jacob Fatu has been exposed as vulnerable, setting the stage for a psychologically charged and physically intense saga. Backstage, the locker room is alive with tension, excitement, and strategic plotting. On screen, the narrative promises to blend escalating violence, mind games, and high-stakes drama that could redefine the WWE main event scene for months to come. For fans, this means a thrilling roller coaster of raw emotion, fierce competition, and unforgettable moments, proof that WWE's landscape is evolving in ways that balance spectacle with gritty real-world intensity. Brace yourself. The war between Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Jacob Fatu is only beginning, and it promises to dominate conversations, social media, and live events with unforgettable edge-of-your-seat action.